Surviving is important, thriving is elegant. So wrote Maya Angelou, the truly extraordinary American author, poet, essayist, script and songwriter. So much emphasis over these last days has been about surviving this crisis. And of course, that is important. But we also need to remember how to thrive. I'm inviting you, therefore, to put elegance into these times. And that's not easy when we're uncertain, frustrated, anxious, or afraid. But remember, uncertainty and fear paralyze. They don't empower. That's why the most common greeting to humans in the scriptures is, "Do not be afraid," or its close cousin, "Fear not." Yes, it's true that plans we made and daily routines we relied on have all been thrown into disarray. In only a matter of days, the world we took for granted is barely recognizable. We can't do things in the usual ways because doing so exposes people to higher risk of infection. But as a church, we have a treasure store of experience in supporting our congregations and wider community. In this moment of crisis, we can draw upon that treasure and bring out both what is old and what is new by doing old things in new ways and new things that the Spirit of God inspires in the face of new challenges. To be sure, we cannot gather folks together, but we can and will open our churches for people to pray in. We can't visit the self-isolating or infected at home, but we can and will phone or video call. We can't take those same people shopping, but we can and will offer ways of ensuring people get what they need when they can't do that themselves. We can't pray alongside others in the ways we're used to, but we can and will create opportunities to pray and give spiritual guidance. So what might that look like? We'll be opening our churches for you to pray in. We'll be distributing a prayer resource book next week, along with our usual Sunday reading sheets. You can either collect them from the churches when they're open, or we will deliver them to those who can't. The clergy will continue praying for you during the daily prayers, and those prayers will be live audio streamed on our church Facebook pages, and we'll let you know which page will be hosting the live streams each week. The Eucharist will be celebrated each week by the clergy on behalf of the whole community. Now, these cannot be public services as we know them, and we recognise just how greatly the suspension of services is costing you. That's why we will video live stream a weekly Eucharist from our churches on a rotational basis. We'll start this Sunday from St. George's, then rotate to St. Michael's, and then St. Nicholas for as long as we need to. We're offering as much support and opportunity to connect as possible, both online and in paper bulletin formats. We're in the process of creating a dedicated information page on the parish website, and will continue with updates of our Facebook pages. I started with words of Maya Angelou. I'd like to draw upon her inspiration once more. Using a baseball analogy, she wrote, "I've learned that you shouldn't go through life with a catcher's mitt on both hands. You need to be able to throw something back. And so with that marvellous image in mind, what can you do? You can take every opportunity to reassure all with whom you're in conversation that we are working hard to maintain our ministry to our congregations and communities, albeit in a different form. You can pray for yourselves, for each other, for our leaders and for the whole church, and especially for our healthcare workers and for all who are suffering, anxious and afraid. You can stay in touch with your neighbours and friends and offer help and reassurance where you can. And you can let us know where and when we can help. Come to the churches when they are open. Use the prayer materials we are preparing. And remember to set times in your day for regular prayer and Bible study. Use our Facebook pages and website to access up-to-date information and resources. And if you haven't already, like your church Facebook page to ensure you receive notifications about new posts, and encourage others to like it, as well as liking and sharing individual posts to increase their spread. And so, my dear sisters and brothers, I invite you to join with me in saying the prayer Jesus taught his disciples. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For the kingdom, the power and the glory are yours, now and forever. Amen.